term limits for Congress. And mandatory mental competency tests for politicians over 75 years old.
So that is Nikki Haley drawing some attention, I guess, to her run by stating that we should have these term limits, but also our politicians are too old and they need to have their brains checked, which is a little bit of a savvy move on her part, because most right wingers will read that as a criticism of Dark Brandon. He's really old, his brain is mush. But she also set the threshold at 75, which also would include Donald Trump. So she's kind of taking a dig at him, but that's all obvious. She's also taking a dig at the vast majority of our politicians who are older than that age. And so they've since been asked to respond to it. Bear in mind, the group of people that she's including there is 1/6 of current US senators. I actually would have thought it was higher. Both presumptive presidential frontrunners and more than 30 current US House members. Both those numbers are actually lower than I thought they were. But anyway, here's what some of them had to say. Senator Jim Risch said, "Oh Christ, I'd have to think about that before I respond to that." And feel free anytime you want.
You don't have much time, you're 79.
Exactly, get it out there. He's 79. Lindsey Graham says, "I think it should be lower. Anybody dumb enough to run for the president should have to take a test." That's him being folksy or whatever. I actually kind of like that response. But Chuck Grassley says, "I think you need to look at my last election. People knew me and my age, and I won by 15%. People know that I'm in a position to do the work." He won by slightly more than 12 points, and that was actually the most competitive reelection he's ever had since 1980, implying that this might be a little bit less of a vote of confidence of his age and more just the inertia of incumbency combined with a really right-wing state. Anyway, Brett, what do you make of this?
It's also like a lot of their voters are over 75. Their most reliable voters are older. I think this is hilarious. I think Nikki Haley and people who like Nikki Haley are the worst. I had a neighbor who was really into Nikki Haley, didn't know where she was from, just knew that he was a rich kid who very much was told that his brand of conservatism was one that didn't want any taxes. And he doesn't understand that, like, people like Nikki Haley need to be entertaining and they need to be fun if they want to beat Donald Trump. And they're neither of those things. Like, she is so boring and such like a cookie cutter Stepford, like, oh, I'm walking the walk and talking the talk, that she's getting out hilarioused by Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen.
It's so dumb. Like these, like, ooh, like that is 100% Mitt Romney's sense of humor, and he lost when he ran for president.
You should know this about me. I don't put up with bullies. And when you kick back, it hurts them more if you're wearing heels. I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president.
Well, we've got our first challenger. Nikki Haley, as expected from a week or two ago, has launched her presidential bid. She is the first Republican to openly go against Donald Trump. Not only literally, she's running against him, but also that is very much the way that he perceives it and the way he has spoken about it, is that this is some sort of betrayal. Anyone who runs against him, especially her, who had previously said that she would not if he were running again, he sees it as an affront, and he will try to convince his base that that is what it is. I want to start off, Trey, with our reaction based on what she chose to focus on there. So she had that line about standing up to bullies. We all know exactly who she's talking about there, and it ain't Joe Biden. And her little line about when you kick back, it hurts more when you're wearing heels. I think that's a good line, but that implies that she's gonna hit him back, hit him where it hurts. Do you buy that? I don't know.
No, I mean, no, I don't buy that. But also, like, I don't know. Is that line really going to play with their base? I mean, maybe I'm being, closed-minded here, but they're not into women doing stuff or anybody else wearing heels. Like they don't like either of those things. So it seems like an odd choice to me. But I mean, I'm like, I may live to regret these words for sure. But part of me is kind of looking forward to the like muckraking and hair pulling that's going to go on just on their side over the course of the next, couple years as we head towards 2024, because it's going to get wild